don't ever smoke the dizzy, but we can always share some ditties. It's just a cup in time. This song doesn't have to run. Life's all of us, not every moment we can be feeling fine. I wanna share a moment, just a second if you will, maybe even a cup of thrill. We could share this performance. It's tea time, come sit with me.
Well, welcome, guys. That's right. Miss Liz is in the house, and we have a new month, a new guest, and we have a new topic. That's right. We have food. We're doing food, culture, heritage, all of that good stuff. So today I have Chef Maricel Gentile in the house, and we're going to talk about her cookbook and all of that good stuff. But before we get started with all of that, we're going to get you over to Miss Liz's YouTube channel, Spotify, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of those platforms, and just give them a quick subscribe, follow, and you can get these tea times out. If any of these tea times resonate with you, I strongly advise that you share them out, because one tea time does make a difference. And that's what we do. One tea, one cup, and one difference at a time. So let's get started with disclaimer and then a nice, beautiful intro. And then we're going to get spilling some food and maybe even some recipes today. We just never know what we're going to get. Disclaimer for Miss Liz's Tea Time live show. Miss Liz's Tea Time is a global platform dedicated to sharing real-life stories, diverse perspectives, and meaningful conversations that inspire awareness, healing, and connection. Miss Liz, is going live using StreamYard. Before leaving a comment during the live broadcast, please grant StreamYard permission to display your name at StreamYard.com. Please be advised that all the content brought forward during any Tea Time show is presented in good faith. However, discussions may include opinions, beliefs, and perspectives that do not necessarily represent the views of Miss Liz or the Tea Time platform. Information shared by guests is based on their own experiences and is perceived to be accurate at the giving time of airing. All guests, viewers, and participants are responsible for using their own judgment when considering any action or decisions that may relate to their discussions. Some episodes may cover sensitive topics, including, but not limited to, trauma, abuse, grief, mental health, and other emotionally triggering subjects. Listeners' and viewers' discretion is strongly advised. Tea Time with Miss Liz is an open discussion forum designed to offer insight, inspire awareness, and create connection. It is not a substitute for professional, medical, legal, or therapeutical advice. If you require professional support, please seek assistance from qualified professionals or trusted resources in your area. If you have any questions regarding this disclaimer or any content of the discussions, you are welcome to contact me, aka Miss Liz, directly at my email at bookingmissliz@gmail.com, or visit my link tree at Miss Liz's Tea Time. By choosing to participate and comment on or view these live shows, you acknowledge and accept this disclaimer. Your participation is entirely voluntary. Miss Liz, welcomes you to join the conversation with an open heart, and if at any time you feel this platform is not right for you, I respect the wishes and decision and welcome you back whenever you are ready. Tea Time with Miss Liz is serving truth and awareness one cup at a time. Now let me give you a little bit on who's sitting in the back. Well, today at the Tea Time table, we're serving up stories that go beyond recipes, stories about heritage, flavor, and the love that binds them together. Our guest, Chef Maricel Gentile, is a culinary artist whose journey blends culture, tradition, and innovation. She believes that food isn't just nourishment. It's memory, history, and a bridge between generations. Through her global experiences in the kitchen, Chef Maricel has mastered the art of infusing dishes with the soul of her heritage while honoring the flavors of the places she called home. Her work reminds us that every dish tells a story, and that sharing a meal is one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to connect with others. Let's pour a warm cup and welcome Chef Maricel Gentile to Tea Time's table as she shares her flavors of heritage, her journey through food, and the stories simmering behind every recipe. Let me get her in here.
Hello.
Welcome. Welcome, Chef Maricel.
Hi, how are you?
It is an honor to have you here. And you're a new topic, so I always love new topics on Tea Time.
Yeah.
We haven't had a chef on Tea Time yet, so you're my first
Oh,
chef.
so I might be the first.
You
That's a
are
good
the
one.
first.
That was a good choice.
I
So,
always try to get different topics and flavors on Tea Time so that we can get different viewers and listeners on
yeah,
Tea Time as well.
yeah, that's awesome.
So, Chef Maricel, where I'm going to take you down Miss Liz's little rabbit hole here. Who was Maricel as a little girl, and who is Maricel now?
Oh, Maricel is the little girl was from the Philippines, Manila. And I actually, of course, I grew up in the Philippines. I grew up with my grandmother, my mom, uh, powerful people. But my grandmother was the one who taught me everything. So her kitchen is my playground. All my cousins are playing outside. I try to stay with her because I guess I love to eat. So I get the first taste. So, and she dragged me all over. That was fun for me. So I think that developed my passion for food, So, and now that's what I want to do, share my passion for food.
See, and it kind of goes into the first question that came in because it says your journey began in your Lola's kitchen. Lola,
Yes.
I'm going to guess is grandma, right?
Yes, it's grandma. Lola is grandma in the Philippine
And how
language.
did and how did those early experiences shape your mission today?
You see, I mean, growing up, she loves to entertain, and when she entertains, um, she she would have a pig, a turkey, everything that she would slaughter for her party. She would actually get them a few weeks in advance so that she could feed them with good food. So when we eat them, they're really tasty. But I would say my grandma is so special in the sense like she never had all the gadgets, but her amazing flavor that that caught my attention. Everything is so good. So you measure with your hands, the weight is your hands, how heavy is it and stuff. So I got that. I learned that from her. And
I,
she says, always cook it with love. All right? Cook
I
it with love.
I love that because I was the girl too in my grandma's kitchen, and grandma taught me so much. Right? It wasn't about the measuring cups or the spoons. It was
Yeah,
what
yeah.
felt good, right, with the heart.
Yes, yes. And it's always a constant tasting and stuff like that. There's no measurement, no recipe. In fact, when I started my cooking class, I have a hard time writing my recipe because for me it's just like it's spontaneous. You just kind of like put a little bit of that, a little of that, and of course I've been cooking for the long. I mean, I just turned 60 2 weeks ago,
Oh
so
my God, you don't even look it.
oh, thank you. Thank you. No, but I'm saying, since I'm so used to cooking, I never measure anymore. So when I was getting to my cooking class, it's like, oh my gosh. And sometimes measuring it even gives me not the flavors that I want because it's like, no, it's not spontaneous. But now we got it
Yeah.
finally.
Well, let's talk about that because growing up with Lola, you didn't measure anything, and now putting a cooking class together and a cookbook together, you have to put those measurements in, for everybody.
Yes.
Does it feel off sometimes by
Yeah.
writing the recipe?
Not really. So what I do is, I mean, we are in my cooking studio right now. So when I teach, I give them my basic recipe.
Okay.
So during the class, they would be able to taste what the recipe is all about. But then I say to them, when you get home, tweak it. Like if you find it a bit salty, then take a little bit out of the salt or no soy sauce, or if you want sweeter, add more of the syrup or the honey. So it becomes your recipe. But at least I said, you actually know the basic ingredients of that recipe. All right. You're not like, oh, what's in that recipe? Now you know. But now when you get home, it becomes your special recipe. It becomes your recipe.
I think
That,
it's really cool that you have cooking classes. First off, I was telling my daughter, I said, "Oh, we need to do this. Like, this is a good date night, like for husbands and wives." And you
exactly.
know, your first date going out, it's different, right?
I
I
mean,
wish
we
I
hold so
wish in
many
Canada
private
where I
events.
was, they'd had it because I'd be like, I'm signing up like all
Well,
the time.
come visit New Jersey. Come. I like to teach everyone. So it's a fun class. It's a fun class. So
So, what has those classes taught you, like through the journey of the students?
um, First of all, I think that people love to connect with food. So when they come here, at first they're like figuring out the class, but during the period of cooking, they loosen up, and then we end up talking about flavors and what could be going in this and how long does it take, and then at the end they get a family meal. And what's amazing there is all of a sudden we're building a community of people, interested with each other. They don't know anyone. I mean, they come here, they're all is a class for public to come in, but at the end of the session I see them exchanging emails, phone numbers, because they had such a great time. And that's what I like. Food is binding people, bonding is I love food. So wherever I go, I meet someone. I talk to someone when it comes to food.
I love it, Miss Sarah, because it's connection, right?
It's connection,
It's
exactly.
connection. Like the food, you just never know. It's even like when you make cookies, right? Uh,
Yeah.
the other day, my neighbor wasn't feeling too well, so I brought some cookies over, and we had a good conversation. It's
Uh-huh.
simple things like that. That
Yes.
food brings people together. Uh,
And in addition, I would just say, like, so every Friday we convert our place into a restaurant, right? So we have this thing called Kamayan or Boodle Fight or Kamayan Tower, where we serve food vertically in 4 layers, right? And what's amazing to this is the guests that comes here are, like, of course, non-Filipinos because they want to try the experience. But some of them that are half Filipino and half, Spanish or French, is that they come here and they said they love the experience because it brings back memories when their dad used to make this or when their mom used to make this, and now they're here in America and their parents are all over. That kind of dinner that I just presented to them connects, like it gives like so much good memories. And some of them sometimes I get teary-eyed when they try to share with me, like, oh yeah, my dad passed away, but eating this brings me back when he was doing this, like, oh my gosh. you know that for me, the most important thing, of course, the taste of the food, but the bond that I created with my guests, it's amazing. That's why I always say this is not a job for me. I walked out of my corporate job 8 years ago, thank God. And this for me is such an experience. I love every day. I mean, who wouldn't love it? Every time people come in, I gain more friends, and they just love the food, and it's a good connection.
so Marcia, you said 4 layers. So what's with the 4 layers? Like, is that like
So
appetizer?
yes, there are appetizer, entree, the main course. There are actually three main courses. So there's 4 layers of that. And dessert is even different. It comes later on the dinner. So you got
Oh,
grilled stuff, you got uh, braised food, you got vegetables, you got appetizers. It's everything presented, and it's at your own time. You eat whatever you want to eat. You want to start with the main course, go ahead. You want to end up with an appetizer, that's all yours. And so, and it's so it's intimate dining because you're sharing it with your husband or your friend, and so all of this is all for you to share. So it's good.
have you had any engagements, like proposals?
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! So here, we've done so many bridal showers. Okay, in fact, there was a one time, this lady's honeymoon will be in Tokyo, so the bridesmaid decorated the whole place in cherry blossoms, and the table was all set in pink and petals and stuff. Like, amazing. So we have father's birthday, grandpa's birthday, because I could do cooking classes, or if you want a chef's table, we just had a very beautiful chef's table. We did 11-course dinner.
Oh,
Yes, yes, yes. It's such an experience. And I mean, if you would go into my Facebook, they ask us to come out, even my other chefs, to come out for a very nice a warm thank you. They did appreciate how we serve them, the hospitality. That's
Oh
a
yeah.
Filipino hospitality. That's what they say. We're known for that. Filipino hospitality.
Yeah, because when
Yeah.
I went to your website, you have the chef's table, the cooking classes, the catering, the cookbook.
Yeah.
You have it all. So everybody just check out the website that
And
we see
listen,
on
I
the
even have a food
screen.
truck. It's crazy. It's on Sunday. It's Brunswick Day, so I'm participating in that one. So it's amazing. It's crazy. It's crazy, but I love it. It's not
Yeah.
work for me. I love it. You see, I think when you love what you do, you don't get tired. You get very creative. You
Yep.
got full of energy. There are days that just give me 5 minutes to just sit, and then I'm back again. I'll swing like crazy. I said I'm the oldest in my crew, but let me tell you, I'm the fastest.
5 minute recharge and she's back on track.
I'm just just like, yeah, let me go. It's true. It's true.
Mhm.
That's how passionate about what I love to do, and this is what I love to do.
So can you tell us about these cooking classes, how people can find them and all that? People that don't check out the website, how can they find you?
Oh, so of course, all the classes are in my website, or you could also get them from Eventbrite. I don't know
Okay.
if they're familiar with Eventbrite. And in maricelskitchen.com, they would see all the info. Here in New Jersey, we have even Open Table, so they could also get that. So we're on TikTok, we are in Instagram, Facebook, everything else. So they could easily find us. In fact, every Tuesday, I do live cooking shows starting at 7. So if they just want to see how we cook and how I cook, they could come and visit. So of course they're cleaning my outside. So no.
That's what it is with lives. And the reason that I got you to put it out at the beginning is because I want my listeners to start listening to the beginning, the cooking.
I can they're blowing the leaves. What can
We-
I say? See, this is what happens.
I love lives because you just never know where we're going with the live.
I know. I'm enjoying this talk.
And the reason that I did that because I'm switching it up this year. I don't want everyone to know about the good stuff at the end of the show. I want you to check out the beginning, the middle, the end. So that's why we're going to throw it out a couple of times how to reach Maricel and her classes and that, because
Yes.
if we just put everything at the end, people just watch the last 2 minutes of the show and then they don't watch the rest of the show, and you guys are missing out on the good stuff.
Oh,
So
they're missing the good stuff. They got to listen to us. This is a good conversation.
I've had a couple of people do that, and they're like, Miss Liz, I only watch the last couple of minutes to watch where I can get the guests. And I'm just like, that's not how it works. So this year we're switching it up. We're putting it in the middle, in the afternoon, in the middle, like all over. We're
All
making a
over,
good
yes.
recipe here. I want to get a couple of these questions out to you, but I want to talk to you about your cookbook, because your cookbook has so many different, like so many different countries
Uh-huh.
on recipes.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about each of the flavors that are in that book?
Yeah, so of course it starts with Filipino. We have Cantonese for Chinese, Japanese, Thai, Vietnamese, and Korean. I love all of those because those countries surrounds Philippines, and I've basically gone to all those countries. Oh, what's amazing is like every time I go to each country, I try to learn by really also going to their cooking classes. And I don't go to the fancy ones. I want to go to the hole in a wall kind of restaurants and figure out how they do it. And that's where you get the full flavor. That's why I believe that I'm not into fusion in the sense that I like how people eat it,
Yeah.
so I don't have to explain to people when I do a fusion, because they won't really know exactly what they're tasting. I'm just gonna let this guy do it. So
It's the special effects for Miss Liz's tea time.
what's amazing? There are days that I want them to come, they don't come, but now of course
It
we're
always
doing
works that
this.
way.
They got to show up, the loudest even. They got the big machines coming up because I'm on a strip mall. So Oh my Lord. Now, so that's what I do. So, like, Korean food is very special to me because I'm an ambassador for the K seafood, the Korean seafood. So I've been sponsored with them for 6 years.
Okay.
So what I do is I try to teach people how to cook Korean seafood, like abalone. So the last 2 weeks, I just had a huge class. We invited people from the industry. So I showed them how to clean abalone, how to cook the abalone, what's good with abalone and stuff like that. So we made the congee and stuff. And some of these people, that abalones are rare. Not everybody eats abalone or even have seen an abalone. So that's a good thing. I like to share my knowledge regarding that. And of course, Japan, I love. I mean, we just like that because I say there's so many different flavors. Like I always say, like Japan, China, you know, they love the soy sauce. We Filipinos, the Thai people, the Vietnamese, we love fish sauce.
Oh,
It's a very there. We both like each fish sauce and soy sauce, but for us, our dipping sauce is always a fish sauce. Like there's always some like a side dish for a fish sauce, and I love that. So th- all Asian, but different ingredients for flavoring their food.
I just learned something new. I didn't know the difference between the countries.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Wow. See, we always learn something new on Tea
Yeah,
Time
and
here.
Thai food, they like coconut milk. They like to put palm sugar on their food. So when I teach how to make pad thai, I show them how it looks, the fresh tamarind, the sour tamarind, and stuff like that. And I go, oh my gosh, an eye opener.
And it's funny that you brought up that you're an ambassador for the KC food because there was a question about that, and it said, "What role do you see food playing in culture, that diplomacy?"
Huh? Uh, well, you see, the thing is, the reason they got me is that the Korean wants to market their seafood, right? Because
Okay.
people think Japan has the biggest seafood and the best. Well, Koreans, especially K seafood, is a marking. It's a branding. It's like when you go to the store and you see packages and they have their logo. That means it is certified that it's fresh and it's the best quality of seafood. All right.
Mm.
So it's compared to like a French wine. They're certified their wine. So K Seafood is the government is doing that to certify the best seafood that they could offer. And that's why they got me is because, of course, I'm not Korean, but to share with other people the value of K Seafood, how good it is. So, and Korean K Seafood is such a good product. Really good.
Okay. Okay, and I found something else here. I'm not sure if I'm going to say it right. Empandas?
Empanada.
What is that?
Oh, it's empanadas. It's a fried dough.
Okay.
All right. So it's like it comes from the word empanar, which is a dough that covers something. So I make 7 fillings and 2 kinds of empanada dough. So I teach that here too. So if they are here, they could taste 7 fillings of empanada, and then it's either fried or baked. That's how we teach it.
So is it like a bagel?
No, it's like let's say it looks like a croissant that has filling inside, so it's savory inside or sweet because sometimes I put apples and cinnamon, and then if I do vegetarian, then I go for curried peas and potatoes that I put in there, and it's really really good.
So that goes back into the baking vegetarian and keto that I also found. So share a little bit about that for the listeners out there because I'm learning so much. I'm just like, what is that?
Yeah. No, so the beauty so I say we do cooking classes here, and when you actually have a cooking class, and if it's a private one, we actually ask for food allergens and who's gluten free, who's vegetarian, and we all accommodate that one. Like the best part in the Asian cooking is, which I'm so glad, is when they like noodles, and when you're gluten free, it's hard to get to eat pasta because you don't want gluten free. You are gluten free. But in my case, we use rice noodle. So I have no problems. And then we even uh, do for the egg rolls, we do the rice wrapper. So it's amazing that you could eat all these things in Asian restaurants and stuff. Or in my cooking class, you could really taste everything. Egg rolls, dumplings, we all make that. Steam buns. It's
So,
so good.
Chef Marcel, where does the pho come from?
Which one?
The pho.
Oh, the Vietnamese. It's actually, oh, I teach that class too. So in most cases, in the Vietnamese, they like that. They boil the broth with aromatics, So I have the ginger and so many aromatics that they put in there, right? So and then they put some sugar to it, which is really, really good. And then when they serve it with you, right, they have like a side dish. It's a plate full of greens like mint or cilantro, lime, bean sprouts, um, sliced peppers, and you all put it in there. And in most cases, we also put hoisin sauce that goes with it. It is so good, perfect for cold weather. It's really,
I
really good.
Awesome. Like I prefer that over soup. I prefer a good pho.
Yes, yes, yes. And the noodles, make sure I like it nice thin noodles to go with it.
The
It's really
nice
good.
rice noodles.
Now I feel like having one of those.
She's gonna
I
make
didn't have
pho
lunch
after we're
yet,
done.
so I feel like every time I talk about food now, I feel like, oh, I want that. I want that. You're making me hungry.
And your favorite dessert? What is your favorite dessert?
Ooh, simple. I like cassava cake. I
Oh,
don't know if
what
you
is that?
remember. So it's like a custard, but it's from a grated cassava, yuca. It's another word for that. And we bake it with condensed milk, with coconut milk, with eggs, and you bake it. And then to top, we make coconut milk with sugar on it. We condense it. And then you put it in a topping. It's so
So
good.
if you have a coconut allergy like I do, what could I replace it with?
Oh my gosh, that's hard. No, you can't have it. Well, no, then you could make soy milk and stuff like that.
Okay.
You could do it with soy milk. But the thing is, it's the coconut milk that gives the best flavor. That's what it is. I mean, you could cook it with any other kind of milk that you want to use, but it's the flavor that the coconut milk brings out that makes it that kind.
And we have a comment here from somebody, Marcia
Oh,
Cascavello's cake
Kimberly!
is
Hi,
to die for.
Kimberly! She's my client. Like she's from East Brunswick.
And we have a
Oh,
viewer tuning in from Nigeria as well. So we
oh,
have
Nigeria. Hello, hello, hello. Please visit New Jersey or visit. I'll visit your country. I would love to do that. My gosh. I like to travel. I like to travel. So I like to try a lot of food. That's
so
why
when you travel, what foods do you try?
anything that I said, I always go to the restaurants that are hole in a wall, because that's where all the flavors are. You know, I mean, if I really want a fancy restaurant, okay, but the hole in the wall, like they are just like all the flavors are right there. I like that. When I was in Thailand, when they cook in those little boats, I tried eating from there. Like I said, wow, it's amazing. That little tiny shrimps that they saute for the pad thai, amazing, amazing food.
I'm the same
Right?
way. I find all the mom and pop restaurants, like
Yes.
the old style, because that's where
Yeah,
the
yeah.
flavor is. I find that the franchise places are all it's bland.
It's kind of like different, and that's why when we travel, usually I always want that there's a kitchen, because I say I would love to go to the market and cook those food. I get so excited. Every time we travel, it's our first thing in our list is fresh markets. That's where I you learn a lot of ingredients. That's the amazing point. That's how you learn from tasting,
Absolutely.
feeling it, and stuff like that. I like those kind of things.
I like this
Yeah.
comment as well. Love the
Mhm.
hole in the wall concept. The food speaks for itself. And that is so true. You
True.
know,
I agree.
it's so true.
I
Uh,
agree.
a lot of
Yeah.
people tell me to travel, and I'm just like, where's the mom and pop restaurants? Where's the little hidden gems that nobody talks
Yes.
about? Those are the
Yes.
places I
Yes.
want.
It's the best. I think wherever you are, you go to Italy, you still go to different places, and you go to those places that they sell tripe sandwiches and stuff. I love to try those. I love them. I love it. I love it. In fact,
Absolutely.
we just we came back from Marseille, and the fishermen were out there selling what they caught for that morning. I just need a stove and a pot, and a grill. I love grilled food. So
She's carrying it on her
I
backpack.
know, I know. Oh, you wouldn't believe when we travel, when we go to the Philippines, we travel very light, but we get this huge suitcases. They're pretty empty when we go to the Philippines. When we come back, it's loaded with equipments, kitchen equipment, nothing else. That's
Wow.
all I bring here. Everything that for my cooking classes, because I like people to enjoy how it tastes when you cook things in a clay pot, or because I want to bring those things that I have actually experienced in the Philippines. And I wish my kids would. I mean, I got paintings in my kitchen, in my dining room here, and I always point out to that stone grinder, because we have this famous dish in the Philippines. My favorite, kare kare. It's an oxtail peanut stew.
Oh, that is
Oh,
good.
have you? I hope you could, because you know what happens is, like, with that stone grinder, there's no food processor when 60 years ago, right, in my
Yeah,
country. So we use toasted rice. We grind it; it becomes rice flour. We put our toasted peanuts. We grind it; it becomes peanut butter. And you know what? The taste is amazing. I mean, we
absolutely.
we have also plantation of peanuts and stuff. You pick it up, you boil it. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Those are the things I wish people have experienced. It's
absolutely.
different. It's
Yeah, we have
different.
a place here in Cornwall. It's called Spicy Pearl, and they have the
Uh-huh.
oxtail there, and they have the Thai and the Asian food there. Amazing place. I mean, like the flavors that come out of
Yeah.
that place, it is amazing. Then we have another place that's called Tiny Tables, and they make the pho and the spring
Oh
rolls
my
with the rice
gosh.
paper with the
Uh-huh.
peanut sauce. Do you make the peanut sauce?
Yes, yes. That's so easy. Yes. Yeah, that's part of my Vietnamese class. It's just like, okay. Yeah. No, because it's just like, I get so excited when we talk about food, because as a cook, you don't have to get expensive ingredients.
Yeah,
Sometimes in my cooking class, I don't even take out equipment, because I want them to know that, hey, you could chop, you could grate, you could, you don't need a Cuisinart all the time, because you could do it manually,
yeah.
you know. And as I said, like, and a perfect example, right? Egg rolls. The egg rolls, or the spring rolls, you need to slice cabbage, carrots, and everything. I said, to save you time, just get a bag of coleslaw mix.
There you go. It's already sliced.
Egg pre-sliced. Just saute it, and then you got your filling.
Yeah,
How easy is that? And I always say, you buy this in a restaurant and they charge you $4, and you could eat it for $1,
yeah.
and you make a ton of it. Freeze it, and I always tell that in my students. You can never make 5 egg rolls if you make a filling. It's always a dozen or more.
Yeah.
Do I IQF, individually quick frozen food, put in trays, freezer it, and then take it out after an hour, bag them, no crystallization built up. on your food.
I like that you said that. Go buy a bag of cabbage.
Yeah, coleslaw. Just get the coleslaw. There's so much to it. That's a shortcut. That's a very good shortcut. But of course, you could pick any kind of vegetables that you want, as long as they're not watery, not zucchini. That's all water. So you're basically carrots, potatoes. Sweet potatoes. Oh, it's the best. It's the best.
See, we're getting a
So
lot of recipes. I told you guys we were going to get some recipes out of here.
yes, I'll send you
we,
a book. I'll give you a book. Try my recipes.
there we go. Chef Michelle, I want to get this question out to you. It says, you've worked in world-class restaurants. What inspired you to step out and create Mercier's Kitchen?
Um, because I want to reach out to a lot of people, but because of the Filipino food. First of all, I really want, my passion is really to share how great Filipino cuisine is. It's the thing, like when I came here in 1990. All right, that is a long time ago. And when people go out and look for a restaurant, they would always say, "Let's go for Chinese, let's go for Japanese," but they never mention, "Let's go to a Filipino place," right? So now the Filipino cuisine is up there. Everybody now knows about Filipino cuisine, the ube and everything else. It's so now I want them to have a place where they could really eat good Filipino food. And they could have it here, and they could even learn how to make Filipino food. So that's the concept of it. Like, I was successful in my corporate job, in the corporate world, but at the back of my mind, inside of me, I really want to just teach people, and probably I just want to eat all the time. But that's probably the first reason.
So when you're in the corporate world, you can't eat all the time because you got to be.
You know what is amazing is we would be open for 12 hours because we have catering, we have cooking classes. And at the end of the day, I'm starving because we never ate the whole day. I do, because I don't want to stop. My brain is just, it's funny. They call me the chef. Like, when the chef is quiet, that means she's just thinking, all right? I always tell them, it's not that I'm ignoring you guys, but in my brain, I'm creating something, I just want to be quiet. So
yeah. Well, we have a question here that came in, and it says, what do you believe is the biggest misconception about Filipino food?
That it's stinky.
Oh.
Because we have dishes that are it has an acquired taste.
Okay.
We like fermented things. We like fermented shrimp. We like fermented fish. We dry out fish. And come to think about it, in the Philippines, we eat dried fish in the morning. So we eat rice 3 times a day. Garlic fried rice for lunch, rice for dinner. But in the morning, we could have a huge breakfast with eggs, preserved meats, marinated meats, sausages, and dried fish. So it's stinky. Not everybody would really love to eat it. But let me tell you, it is one of the best cuisines. In fact, I have to repeat this because I was just so humbled because I had this big party, and he says, "Maricel, I've eaten all over the world, but the fish that you just served us today is one of the top 5s that I have eaten all over the place." I think, oh my God. That for me is, I don't know how I could explain it, but it's just like the goals, the vision that I was looking forward it's happening.
Yeah.
I'm touching a lot of people, with the food that we make here.
And the next question that came in is, what does it mean to you personally to bring Filipino cuisine onto the global stage?
Oh, that's what is very important for me, because I say all Asian countries, Japanese, Chinese, they're all good. But we have our own traditions and the heritage that we could be so proud of. And that you could also see it from the cuisines that we create. The Philippines is 7,000 islands, from north to south, everybody has a way of making things. That's why every part of the Philippines has something to offer to the world. And they just got to try it and be open to other flavors, to our cuisine.
And that's why I wanted to have you on Tea Time is because we don't hear about Filipino food,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
Now,
know?
you know what? What's funny is like when I say, "Where did you taste the Filipino food?" Oh, they all work for the hospitals, so all the nurses bring rice noodles, egg rolls. That's how they taste the Filipino food. That's about it, you know. And the thing is, there's not a lot of Filipino restaurants. So I'm trying to encourage other Filipinos that are great cooks to open to other people to let them taste how good your food is. I know it's hard to it's a big thing to open up a restaurant. It's a lot of money to open. But I tell you, when you have guests, show off the flavors of the Philippines. And that's how people would recognize us. I mean, the late Anthony Bourdain, he went to the Philippines. He fell in love with a dish called sisig in Pampanga. So after he said that, oh my God, everybody wants to taste sisig. And to this day, people are eating sisig. I even
Wow.
introduced that to some of my friends here. They loved it.
And I'm learning so much about the country because I'm just like, what is that?
Yes,
And
yeah,
I'm like that person. I like to try the different flavors in the different countries because if you just eat Canadian food or American food,
yeah.
you're not traveling. And I find when we're eating different foods in different cultures, we're learning the heritage as
The
well.
heritage, yes, yes, definitely. And you know what? Especially when they're trying to cook something authentic and they're not trying to change the recipe a lot. That's how you really learn the flavors of each cuisine. And that's the beauty of it. It's like they do like this in this kind of fish, or they mix egg with tomatoes, whatever. But knowing that it's a good thing.
Yeah.
So much to taste, I have to say. Every single country, every single cuisine is good. And the first time I hope when you taste uh, a restaurant of a different cuisine, I hope you got the right good restaurant. Because
Yeah.
sometimes
Well, my biggest thing is my coconut allergy. So I'm just like,
ah, well,
can you
you could say,
replace
I
it with
mean,
something
there's
else?
not a
Like,
lot of like in Asia. I mean, the Thai, the Vietnamese, and the Filipinos, they love the coconut milk. But definitely with other countries, you could also, and there's not, what I'm going to say is not, let's say in the Philippines, there's so many other kinds of food that you could taste without the coconut that I would say you would still love. Our lechon, our pork belly, our roasted pigs. Oh my gosh, that is
you're
so
making me.
good. We make here like a lechon belly. It's a pork roll, and I marinate it and stuff it with lemongrass, with gingers, with garlic, with onions, and then I bake it for 3 4 hours. It comes out so juicy, and it's so crispy. The skin, it's unbelievable.
I need a space shuttle so I can get over to you so we can have some
If
food
there's a
together.
smell of vision, that would be good. While I'm cooking, I
Right?
wish there's a smell of vision. So that's awesome.
We had a question to come in, and I don't know if I'm going to say it right, but they want to know if it's
Lumpia,
lumpia or
lumpia,
adobo.
adobo. Oh,
So
two great things. In fact, I think I had that on my live cooking, lumpia and adobo. Now, there's so many kinds of lumpia in the Philippines, but one would be lumpiang Shanghai, which is a meat roll. It's a
okay,
ground pork. We put carrots and all the good stuff. And then they're like cigars. It looks like the size of a cigar. And we fry them. In fact, I have them in my kitchen. Somebody's picking up her order in a few minutes. I could have it for you. And then, yeah, and adobo. Totally different from the Spanish adobo because
okay.
our adobo is the technique. It's the kind of cooking that you cook with vinegar and soy sauce, our adobo. So
Oh,
you could cook it with pork, with chicken, a combination of two. You could also make adobo vegetables, like the string beans. We have adobo. We call it adobong sitaw. So it's the process of cooking something in vinegar. So which is really
oh.
good.
Cooking in vinegar. How's that?
Yes. Yum. I mean, I tell you, every time I cook adobo here, the people like, I never knew a soy sauce and vinegar would create something beautiful with a ton of garlic on it. That's adobo. And it's
Wow.
and adobo there's so many variations of how to make it, and I make the simple one, but it's a good staple. I mean, every single Filipino I think loves adobo.
We have the one spice or ingredient you can't live without.
Spice, of course, we have this chili peppers, but then as a side dish, we like the bagoong, which is a shrimp paste.
Oh,
I base sauteed shrimp paste is so good, and we even pair it with the kare kare with the oxtail stew with the peanut. That's the perfect combination. But the shrimp paste, I could eat it with any time of the day. I love it. It's just her face, like oh my gosh. But yeah, it's very good.
and
And of course, fish sauce. It's good.
Manila street food you still crave.
Yes, yes, like fish balls. The-
You're a big fish girl, are you not?
I, I have to tell you, growing up, so my grandmother would drag me to go to Manila Bay because we'll be waiting for the fishermen to come and get their catch. So we actually wait for them to come in and we buy our fish, our shellfish like mussels, clams, oysters. Oh my God, it's amazing. Well, Philippines is surrounded by water. So I guess we love seafood. So we make so many things out of it. So
And describe Filipino cuisine in one word.
elegant, beautiful,
Oh,
delicious. Yes, it is.
I like that. Elegant for food.
Yes, yes.
It's
And
like
you know
grace,
what? If
right?
you would see some of the platings that I do, I mean, we make it elegant, but you know what? It, I don't know. It's just good food. It's just really good food. We have this soup that we call sinigang. It could be sinigang pork, but it's a tamarind based soup. It's so good. And then we pair that with a side dish of fish sauce and a steaming jasmine rice. We're
Oh,
good.
I love
We're just
jasmine
like,
rice. Jasmine rice is the best.
oh, garlic fried rice. Oh my gosh. We do, you know what? What's amazing? Oh, paired with adobo. You know what? So this summer, we actually offered kids cooking classes for five
Oh,
weeks. First time we did, we were very successful because we blew the parents' brains with what we have introduced to the kids. You know, it's amazing. Like before they sign up, they're so worried that, he might not eat the food because they don't eat this, they don't eat that, blah, 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 blah. I said, okay. At the fifth week, those kids would not even want to eat anything other than Asian food that they have tasted here. You know what's amazing? While they plate their lunches, they take pictures, they send them to their parents, and the parents like, oh my gosh, because it's not demo, it's hands on. They really cooked. They made bento boxes. They made teriyaki. They made katsu. So it's amazing. So those kids, their minds will not shrink anymore in terms of the flavors that they have tasted. They'll be now looking forward to like, oh, let me go to a Filipino place because this is what we made in Maricel's kitchen. We go to, you know, things that they were so scared to try. Now they're bold and they love it and they want to have more of that. Now, how special is that?
yeah. So
That was amazing.
what was the youngest age that you've had in the kitchen?
we squeeze in an 8 because she was so good. Because the parents says like, oh my gosh, you she doesn't look like 8, but she could cook as if like she's. And I've seen some of the kids here that I even told them like, listen, when you turn 16, come back here. I'll hire you in no
Oh,
time. I said, because they already have the knife skills. They have the flavors already built in their tongues. And it's amazing how
I
these
love that.
people, how those kids grew in 5 weeks, what they made. And I'm amazed. I must. So now we have a continuing education for the kids.
There we go.
Every Monday we have this cooking classes for kids. And every time there's a school closure, because parents are now, are the school is closed on that day. Are you having offering on that day? I said we are, and they're so happy.
Well, it
So
kind of goes into the tea that you gave me. Your tea that you gave me was teaching empowerment experience. And that's kind of what you've given these children is an experience, right? And you're teaching them the empowerment of food.
yeah, and you know what? We didn't force them to eat it, but because they were like curious on how it tastes, they themselves really tried to use it. And then in some cases they would say, "Oh, that's too strong for me." But again, it's okay.
Yeah.
Then at least you know what fish sauce tastes. It's pungent, it has a strong smell. At least you know, you could describe the flavor. All right. And if you do love it, then you could add it into other dishes that you may want to cook in the future.
I think it's incredible that you're teaching kids because that's hands on. We need more hands on to teach kids.
I agree. Basic skills that kids should learn, that French fries are from potatoes.
Yeah.
It's a vegetable. It's not like
We're
it's
breaking
not
all your
like
hearts. It's a
it's not
vegetable,
like
guys.
manufactured by a processing plant. But yeah, so I'm amazed. I mean, older people, younger people, the amount of knowledge that people are willing to learn in our studio, it's better than a corporate job like
Yeah.
doing, I don't know. But here you learn so many things. So that's why I'm so excited about our deal over here, our business over here.
And Chef Mercer, what legacy do you hope to leave in the culinary world and for the future generations of Filipino chefs?
Don't be afraid to try learning about cuisine, and of course the Philippine cuisine is one thing that I almost want everybody to try, you know but you don't need to be a chef or something. Just have the curiosity to taste something, so that it actually develops your taste, your knowledge about food. And after that, as I've said, you then create something different, or in extension to what you have just tasted.
And I want to talk about the cookbook because we're almost at the end here. So the Simply Asian
There
Cookbook
you go.
that you're holding up.
So
Tell
proud
us
of
a little
this.
bit about it on how we can learn heritage from that cookbook.
So actually, of course, in our website, Amazon, we are in Amazon, so you could just take that from Amazon. And let me tell you, the first few parts, we really got such good reviews with this. And the first few part is explaining where I came from and who am I, and whatever. But then each of the recipes has a QR code.
Oh,
So when you click that, it gives you a deeper explanation of the food or the process that you want to do. So it's very, very helpful. I made it very basic. I made it very easy to follow the procedures. And we have explained different kinds of rice, different kinds of soy sauce, different kinds of um, leaves, cilantro, and different scallions and stuff like that. So you could learn it from here.
I like that,
So
the QR codes. I like
yes, Thank you. Thank you.
That's
These
different. I like different. Miss Liz loves different. Everybody knows Miss Liz loves different.
See, this is a very good collab. I love this. I
Right?
love it.
Yeah. No,
I'm
I don't like to
enjoying
follow the
talking.
trends or anything. I like to do different. I like to bring different. And QR codes is not something I've seen in the cookbook.
It was my wonderful husband who thought about that
Oh,
because he's a techie guy. I'm not. I'm the least techie guy. I mean, I don't know anything. So if you're gonna ask me how, no, I can't answer that. That's why I have admins. I have Paul. I have people. I just love to cook. Ask me about cooking, and that I could answer you. But techie things, no. So,
and we have one question here. If you weren't a chef, what would you be?
ooh, uh, oh, an interior designer.
Oh,
I graduated with fine arts and I majored in interior design. So actually, my whole place, I designed my dining area here. So I
well,
love
it's
to
like
decorate.
food, right? It's all the different colors and flavors.
Yes. So I got this little, a sitting couch. You got to see my wood here. We actually look for a salvage place to get this nice barn door. It looks very antique. It's antique, but we try to match all the decorations and stuff. I like that, and I like planting. So I, in fact, I was telling my husband I would like to convert our yard into a mini farm to table kind of. I like to grow things. I got pear trees, Asian pear in my backyard. I got different kinds of stuff. So I would like to do that. I like doing those artsy things.
Mini farms. That's a new thing too. See, you might just start something new.
I like to start a lot of things. That's why my husband. And when would the time that you could do that? you know, no, because I start. I in between before. You know what? I have a sous chef. Her name is Audrey, and I would always tell her we talk early in the morning, and I said I'm happy. I'm ready to start now because I already watered my plants. I already pruned something that needs to be pruned in my garden. I picked some of the vegetables, so I'm ready to work now. You got to find something else aside from what else you're doing.
Yeah.
And for me, if you have a talent, hone it, develop it, and then try to share that knowledge to other people. You know, you got to share everything. I just want to say, you got to share everything. That's
So,
just
Chef
me.
Mercer, I want you to get out the cooking classes. When are they available? How can people sign up? All that good stuff again. Let's get that out there.
Again, so at in my website,
Oh,
maricelskitchen.com.
I lost you.
Oh, you lost me?
You went mute.
Can you hear me now? Gone? You can't
There
hear
we
me?
go. I got you back.
Oh, you got me back. Oh, thank you. Okay. So as I've said, the classes are posted in maricelskitchen.com. We are in Facebook. You could also get us from Eventbrite if you're familiar with Eventbrite. We're in Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Um, yeah, we're all over the place. So maricelskitchen.com is where all the information. If you want to do catering, private events, we're here. We do a lot of corporate events, so that's a good thing.
And final message to everybody listening today.
Keep cooking.
Keep
Sure.
cooking.
Keep cooking. Like learn something. Cook your own food.
Try it.
Try to cook your own food, and you'll have satisfaction after that. You feel like, wow, I could do this. So keep trying.
Well,
It's practice.
this was amazing. I got some recipes out of you. I got some little tweaks and stuff that I can try myself, so thank you
Yes.
for that. And thank you to the viewers that tuned in today. We had some viewers on Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, all of those people that joined us from all the different countries. We have people from the United States tuning in, Canada, Nigeria. You just never know who's listening to Tea Time. So tune in, share these tea times and get them out there. But I'm just going to do a wrap up of what today's tea time was. What a flavorful and heartfelt tea time we shared today with Chef Maricel Gentile. Through her stories, we've been reminded that the ingredients we choose are more than spices and herbs. They are pieces of our history, our culture, and our families. Chef Maricel passion for honoring her roots, blending tradition, and bringing people together around the table shows us that food is truly a universal language of love. As we close today's tea time, may we carry forward her message that a simple dish can spark connection, healing, and joy across borders and generations. Thank you, Chef Marcel, for
Thank
joining
you.
us and sharing your heritage through every story we've served today with everyone
Thank you
who's
so
tuned in.
much. This is such an awesome, I had an awesome time.
I did too.